Hi there, welcome to another video from the Vickers MG Collection Research Association. I just want to cover a small technical aspect of the gun, and this might become something a bit more regular as we pick up a different part or a different modification and just try to explain it. This one really taking the opportunity to follow up on the Royal Armouries video where Jonathan talked through their Mark 1 Star air service gun. And we now have a Mark 1 Star air service gun in the collection that we will do more and more about over the coming months and years, I'm sure, but in this case I just wanted to pick up one of our Mark 1 guns that has one of those air service modifications, and that's this small spring that's fitted on the crank here to make it easier to take the lock out. And just to compare and contrast, this one doesn't have it, so it's these two rivets here with the spring put on there. Now what we've got is, this is a Mark 1 gun, this is actually one of our firing guns, so we've just stuck a random lock in it that doesn't normally live in it at the moment, but what you can see is it enables us to pull the lock back, and we'd be able to use that for auto spring to put out, but lift the lock out, get the connecting rod on the spring and take it out like that, one-handed, which we can do with the other. We can take it out, but what would happen is, I'll show you, let's put that lock to one side for a minute, is if we lift it back, we can take the lock out one-handed, not very easily, I have to say, but if we lift it up like that, the connecting rod falls forward, and that means that we've got to fumble around inside and use our other finger to hold it up while we change the lock. Certainly if it's moving, doing that, it's much easier to do it with two hands, and then on the other side we can put that lock back on, get it fitted right, and we can just give it a jiggle, one hand, come on, jiggle, jiggle. The extractor isn't dropping, but put that forward one-handed. So it's this little spring here that is one of those air service amendments, originally introduced as part of one of the Small Arms Committee minutes, minute number 70 of January 23rd, 1918. And Pride of the Emigies covers that. It covers it quite in detail and reprints the minute, but what's really interesting is actually that it does become a land service amendment as well. So land service guns have this fitted to aid that one-handed changing of the lock. In particular, it's the Mark 1 Star crank within the Mark 4A and the Mark 4B armoured fighting vehicle guns. So they have some of the similar problems in that they're moving vehicle, confined space, so they want to be able to change that lock very easily. It's always interesting when things don't go as planned though. Here's one of the Army Council instructions from 1930 to 1931, saying about how that spring can become damaged if you pull the crank handle back and leave it back, and leave the crank back when you're removing the recoiling portions in the barrel in stripping the gun, so you can actually rip the spring off. Funnily enough, we do have a damaged spring on one of the guns in the collection, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen, and I can't find it now, so if anybody knows, please do let us know. This is collaborative research. We don't know everything, or we certainly can't find everything all the time. Pretty sure I've seen a Army Council instruction or a list of changes that issued this modification to any gun, so not just the armoured fighting vehicle guns, it allowed it on any. And as you see, we've got it fitted on one of our Mark 1 guns. It appears on quite a lot of cranks, and certainly the holes appearing on quite a lot as well. So hopefully that was interesting for you, a sort of deviation in something really niche, really small aspect of the gun, something we talk about on our visits all the time because we strip the gun in front of everybody and that connecting rod stays up. So there we go, you now know how to keep your rod stood up. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.